Joe, you've gotten to Blake when Al is sat on these back end of the back-to-backs. What do you like about him with the starting unit in those situations, and what is he kind of giving you guys in those spots?
I like Blake because he's a great person. He's been great for our team on and off the court. Plays hard, super aggressive, and a great teammate. And so, I thanked him for his professionalism and his work ethic to stay ready. And it's a long year, and we're going to need more of that this season for sure.
What are some things people don't see that he's provided this group off the floor?
Perspective, constantly in our young guys' ear. Just giving guys, his experience, how his career has gone and where he was successful, and just a sense of humor and kind of, just an overall great guy. And so guys flock to him, and, he's thankful for that.
You guys haven't had many off nights offensively. What does it take to be that consistent on that end of the court with guys in and out of the lineup, changing lineups tonight? Blake Griffin started. What does it take?
Spacing, decision making. We had 4 straight possessions with turnovers, and so that's how you have off nights on offense, is when you don't value the basketball and you don't fight for your space. And there's moments in the game tonight where we didn't do that, and they might not have cost us tonight, but if we don't continue to work at it, it will cost us eventually. And so, that's the fight we got to have, is we got to fight for our spacing, we got to fight for our decision making.
Jalen said the other night that that's one of the challenges for you guys, is being able to bring it every night, and you're not going to have it sometimes. What do you see as the challenge there, and especially with a team that's had this much success so far?
Biggest challenge is not focusing on being a disciplined team, playing harder than everybody else, and executing. That's a huge challenge for us, and no matter how good you are, you got to do that. And so, great thing about tonight's game is there's plenty of possessions that we didn't execute, and so we had plenty of room to get better.
When you were just talking about Blake, you were talking about how he's a great person. It feels like whenever you're asked about why someone earned opportunity, you refer to their character, especially just coming into the season with everything going on. How important was it and has it been for you that someone earns their opportunity by being that person you want them to be every day?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to correlate those two. They get an opportunity because they're good at basketball, and I think they can help us win. But I think it's a compliment to our organization that we have great people in it. That's kind of what I mean by that. And so I'd like to highlight the fact that we have great people, because in order to be successful, you have to surround yourself around great people, and our players are that.
Joe, what's the relationship, back to Blake, with you and him in terms of how much he can give you? He works hard, but his body isn't what it was. What is that what does he say? I mean, he wants to play 40 minutes, but he can't. You want to play him as much as he can. What's that kind of interaction like, of what he can give you versus what you want from him?
I mean, he gives us exactly what is expected. And like you said, it's just we have a lot of depth, and the NBA season is very long, and so he can give us a lot. Like I say, he's really physical. He screens well. His ability to crash the offensive glass and his defensive communication is really good for the system that we have. And so I think it's just a matter of him and I just constantly communicating, him staying ready through his work ethic. And, like I said, there's going to be moments that we're going to need him. And, we've shown that to this point for him and for, our bench as well and our depth.
Joe, it's only been 2 months since there were a lot of questions about how this team was going to handle itself after everything from the offseason. How do you get from that to this best team in the league, best point differential, having all of these great, vibes after a big win like this?
I don't have great vibes after a big win like this, so don't put me in that category. It goes back to we have great people, and the Celtics have had this foundation longer than I've been here, longer than we've been around, and so ownership, front office, players, staff, there's just great people all around, and with that, you have to just work through things, and you got to focus on what your goals are. You have to focus on execution, and you got to focus on how you can get better every day. And our guys from day one, they've done a great job of doing that and doing it together.
What vibes do you have after a big win like this?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's one game, and we have 60-something games left, and there's a lot of great things, and I applaud our guys on their effort. But to all the questions that your guys are asking, effort's just one piece of it. We have to execute on both ends, and so we have a lot of great moments of that. And we got a tough schedule ahead, and so we have to be able to enjoy this, but we have to have a healthy approach, to perfection, in the sense of you can feel good, but it's not good enough. And, it won't always be easy, But I think our guys are really doing a great job of understanding that things are going well, but we still have to continue to do X, Y, and Z.
Right here, Joe, sorry. Marcus Smart, career high, 15 assists tonight, only played 3 quarters. You've been with him over the past few years, and, over the win streak this season, and so far he's been, one of the best passers in the league. What have you seen from him in terms of growth over the past few years you've been with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's always brought it defensively. I think this year, his ability to see the matchups, see the possession before it happens, and then using our playbook to use the matchup to figure out what he wants to run. And so I have full trust in him in, diagnosing where the matchup is, where the advantage is, and what play call can we call to exploit that. And he's doing a great job anticipating that once he gets the ball, and he's also doing a great job pushing the pace. Thank you.